Yeah, man. We see y'all out there, man. Talking to those out there, man, who be on that hating stuff, man, when it come to FBA, man. And our reparations. And making light of what YTs did. Come on. Y'all be making videos about this stuff and everything. Making light of what they've done. Come on. Come on, man. Y'all do it. Enough is enough, man. Accountability you talk about. People don't want to take accountability nor
Hey,
hold the right people accountable for anything. What's going on?
hey, I say fuck FBAs.
I'm pretty sure. Why? Well, like I said, you explain here. Everyone's hating FBA. Okay.
Because they're coming at us. Fuck them.
Who? What are you?
I'm a
Just,
motherfucker immigrant.
just,
Motherfucker.
just say. Oh, okay. Yeah, you're that guy. Oh, okay.
I am that guy.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Well, it's well deserved, man. You guys are sitting up here praising that Ashley Gonzalez girl. You stand with her, so what are you complaining
Fuck
about?
FBA.
Huh?
Fuck FBA.
Okay, cool.
That's it.
Well, yeah, and it does, and it,
You
well,
want to have this
so
ride
now
it out
what?
with yourself and jerk off to yourself in the corner and make out with each other. Go ahead. Go right ahead. Go
What?
be lesbians and like gay couples with each other. Who cares, dog?
Who?
You have if the FBAs, if you want to try and target immigrants and then support ICE and deport them, fuck y'all.
Oh, well, I didn't say nothing. This isn't. You trying to center immigrants in this?
Yeah, that's okay. If it's not you, then it's been mostly other FBIs that I've heard. They're trying to really be specific about ethnicity and where you come from and
Yeah,
land in Africa and go back in
definitely.
Africa.
Not like
Fuck
that.
yeah.
No, not like that. It's just when they, because which y'all tend to do, and a lot of people on here, you make spaces making light of what YTs have done, while just you
Making
know
light of what ITs have done. What the fuck do you mean?
with what they have done.
What do you mean? What have they done?
Well, as to Black Americans, they've done a whole lot.
Right. I mean, in harm, yes. You,
So yeah,
they've done a lot of harm.
yeah, and a lot of people make light of it, and so those are the people. I just honestly say this, and as far as I'm concerned,
If you, all I
if
know is if you're not programming, you're a dumbass. That's it.
how do Black Americans benefit from immigration?
You know what? If you don't benefit from it, that's your fucking problem. Why is it
How
always
is it? There is no benefit for us, and you
I know,
know it.
I
That's
know, but
why.
I'm saying if you don't, then that's your fucking problem. Not everything
No.
you wake up, not everything you wake up from has to be there has to be a benefactor to it. It doesn't have to be like that.
Yeah, well,
If
you
it's
just said
legitimate,
though. I didn't really
no, no,
say
no,
that. You said it. You said that
no, no,
if you're
but if that's the reality. It's not like
if
you
you're
can
against
come.
immigration, and
Yeah, now you've been like not straightforward. Listen, if Asians came here, right? Asians, Chinese people came here, right? You know who they benefit the most from? White people. White people,
well, this
they sat
country
there
they benefit
and
from
they
this
behaved.
country, and the stuff that we fought, Black Americans fought for actually, all that
There was Native Americans prior to you. You lived
they
aside
didn't
with
do nothing.
them.
No, the Native Americans didn't fight for anything though. Like all this,
You got
so
slaughtered. That's
equal.
it.
No,
You said it's
who
equal.
fought for the Equal Law Act? As
Oh
far
my
as
god.
hiring and stuff on these jobs that a lot of these
You don't know
foreigners
your
depend on.
history.
The
You don't know
foreigners
your
depend
history.
on that stuff when they get here for a job.
You don't
The
know your
Native
history.
Americans didn't fight for that.
Bro, they didn't even get an ample opportunity. They got slaughtered. You
Who?
know that, right? They were told they were people would go
Yeah,
into
they did.
towns and
They did.
homes and villages and then tell them to get the fuck out of there and
Yeah.
then unalive all of them. What do you mean? Of course they didn't have an opportunity to fight or declare ability to, but they were always a part of people who were for that, right? The advocacy for equal rights. They were always a
No.
part of that scenario.
No.
You
No, they
didn't see
weren't.
like
They
you didn't see
weren't
a
there.
large oh my god. You didn't see a large span of Native Americans vote against vote with the side of white supremacy just because they
Dude,
don't sit
Native
there.
Americans are mostly YTs now. That you ever heard the term $5 Indian? You think that's fake, don't you?
What's a $5 Indian?
You see that?
5%?
You see that? No, it's where the YT people claim Indian, and I know plenty of them that use Indian benefits, and they're YT as ever.
Listen, if you're okay, I don't care what you do or how you do things here.
That's
Okay?
not me. I told you what they're doing. They're using. They're going out to their reservations, getting free health care.
We're getting all over the place.
Look, that's what I say. No, you brought them up, and I'm telling you that YT people claim the people that you're talking about. YT people claim that, and now they get those benefits that was supposed to be for them. They get it still too, but YT people use it now.
If you have any heritage of like any resemblance of Native American, which you have to have some sort of attachment or
No,
lineage
not
to
with
that.
with the $5. No, you had all you had to do was pay $5 back then for, and YT were able to be labeled as that in the records. But that's what I'm saying. You make light of what they did. I'm telling you what they did. You're making light of it. You're sitting here making light of it, making every excuse. And I'm telling you what they just did. So that's what I say. All that man, that stuff, dude. Everybody claims that. And that YT people claim that. Any of them will say it too. Appreciate that, Dutch. Any of them will say it. They try to claim YT, man. Come on,
I'm not
man.
making light of it, though. Don't do that.
Huh?
Don't do that. Don't speak for me. I'm not making light of it.
You are.
No, I'm not. All I'm saying is you are why you're ultimately going against you are a minority. You're a marginalized community.
I'm not a minority, dude. That doesn't benefit me. It only benefits you guys. You guys
You're not a
used
minority.
all. Okay,
Are
okay,
you the majority or are you the minority?
dude. Neither one of them.
Oh, you're not speaking now.
I'm not. No, I'm not going to claim minority something that's an attachment to what you guys use to benefit.
Is being smaller than.
I know what you're saying, but we're not. No, we're not going to go with anything that lumps us together. That's all I'm saying. I'm not claiming nothing that lumps me with you.
Let's go back to English. Though. Let's go back to English before you start to speak this different rhetoric that I'm not familiar with. Are you a majority?
No, definitely not the majority. But
okay, you're not
I'm not claiming nothing that benefit that lumps me with you. Is what I'm saying. I reject.
By default, you're a minority.
No. Well, okay, whatever, but I'm not your minority. I'm not. We're not together, buddy.
I don't care if we're not together.
We're not together.
You have to understand reality.
No, that's no. You're okay. I'll let you say that just to keep moving forward. But no, we don't claim that people of color stuff or none of that.
You sleep at night. Just put the blanket on tonight, understanding that you're not a part of the majority, which de facto makes you a default minority.
Yeah, but I'm not. I'm a separate. I'm a separate minority. How about that? You guys be the minorities over there, and we're that group of minorities right there. That's what.
So by default, you're a minority, right? You already are at a loss.
But we have nothing in common.
I don't give a shit. That's not
so what do you? So what's your point?
I'm trying to say is so now you already added by default by just entering any conversation, you're already at a disadvantage. So now not only are you willing to sit here and tell people, hey, those minorities over there, because I'm a separate minority, I'm a separatist now.
Yes.
I'm by myself, okay?
Yes.
What a delusional world you live in. Those minorities over there, I'm not a part of them, and I'm also not the majority, but I'll enter this conversation knowing that I'm at a disadvantage. Like how
that's we're 13%. What do you mean? We've always been at a disadvantage, dude. You're not saying nothing new to me.
Okay, all right.
You're not saying that it scares you, but you're not saying nothing new to me.
You just stated the obvious.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with you included though. You're not included. Immigrants none included. We have always been outnumbered.
You just stated the
before you immigrants were here.
Included more context. Can we stick with the point?
Okay, because you're slow. You're going slow here, dude. You're not really.
Yeah, I'm helping you.
You're not helping me. Okay, let's go.
I am because you're missing the plot.
Okay, come on.
Yeah, thank you. You don't state the obvious, please. So again, you're going at a conversation at a disadvantage, right? Discluding the other minorities, separatist mindset, right? Now, anytime you vote, your vote gets diluted. It's already diluted anyways. Now they've already diluted your vote. It doesn't matter, right? But it gets worse. You don't have any you don't have any other, especially from a separatist point of view, you don't have any other person or any other individuals to sit there and bandwagon, or not bandwagon, but to pull through together. Now you don't need to. You can have this separatist mindset. In fact, I implore you to do. You know what's crazy? You don't pay attention to it. I do. You can tell me I'm an immigrant and and because I'm an immigrant, I don't want you in the same boat, right? Like I want reparations, right? For example, reparations, right? I
Oh
want
well, and I
reparations.
salute that then. Okay,
Hold up. I want reparations, and then I don't want you to get anything in return. I want us to be. I want to become a separatist. I don't want anything for you, nothing for you, right? Well, in reality, you guys are already having your votes diluted. You already are like there's actual gerrymandering that is taking away from black voters already. So now you're just doing that for them. They're diluting your votes, right? They're saying, hey, in Tennessee, we're gonna take this black district gerrymander and we're gonna cross it out. So black voters now are a part of the Republican Party, and now there's a candidate that we want inside of that representation for those black uh, voters, right? Now you go out there and you say, well, they did that too. Now I'm going to say I want to be separatist. I not only did I get my votes diluted, but I also want to be a separatist and say, immigrants, I don't want you near my fucking
appreciate it,
boat.
Dutch.
Don't come near my boat, right? So you're it's like you're doing a twofold for them. You're doing the work for them. You know what I mean? You probably don't give a shit about this, but it's just that's so illogical from an FBA perspective that it only tells me that you support what they support, what they are aligned to. You know what I mean? Especially being an FBA, like there's no way your votes are already diluted. The vote that counts for you as a Black American is already being stripped away, and your voice is being told on a platform on a national level that it doesn't matter. And then now you're telling everyone in the world that also, as by the way, you're a minority, by the way, in this case, that hold on, black doesn't equal blue. That's not the point. Oh my God, you don't see.
Big facts.
Well, that's not the point though. You don't see a Tennessee that has. People come up to me and say, "Well, black doesn't equal blue." Yeah, you're right. You fucking dumbass. The point is that you don't see a gerrymandering level of black district in Tennessee where we know there's a black area where there should be a representation for those black voters. No one can argue with that. No one can say, "Oh yeah, we shouldn't have representation if we want to have a red Republican district." Sure, if we want to have a black, they were primarily a blue district. You don't want to argue with that. You want to say blue, black,
I think this guy's a Democrat.
Oh my God! Of course you would say that. Of course, of
That's so
course. That's the
funny.
only argument. You know, it's funny. You can laugh at that, but you're the one.
He's trying
You can.
to.
No, that's hilarious. That is hilarious. But at the end of the day, the voice is getting diluted. Your
Yeah.
representation is getting diluted. You can probably become a Republican Party all you want. If you're a Republican, this is the best time to be in your life. Especially if you're Tennessee. Your Tennessee is pretty much all red. It was already all red anyways. But if there's only two parties, so let's not get like delusional. We have to get a little realistic. There's two parties. All Tennessee voters, and I think Arizona too. I think
Well,
Arizona
who did
became
you
all red.
vote for, man?
I voted Miss Harris.
Who?
Miss Harris.
Okay.
Yes. I'm biased, but I'm pretty much pure Democrat. Like
Yeah, nah. You know that wasn't happening over this way with FBA, man.
are you pure Republican?
At this point, man, I don't see anything the Dems have been doing, dude,
But are you
to
pure Republican
benefit.
though? Let's not
I ain't
defend.
gonna lie, they've been kind of.
I'll say like this. I don't give a shit about Democrats. I think they're horrible. I agree with you. Let's get them out of the table of conversation.
I'll say
Are you
this.
pure? Are you pure Republican? If you had to vote the
In
ballot at the
today's
national level,
times, man, I ain't gonna lie. I'd probably go that way before I'd go the Dem way because
so at the national level, state and local, you go pure Republican, even in your schools.
I have to look a little bit more into that.
No,
But
no,
it's
just generalize. Just say if you had a all Republican ticket right now, would you vote all Republican? Just an idea.
I'd really have to see what everyone's on.
Bro. let's make it really simple. What the
For the
Democrats are
most
on,
part, for
right?
the most part, I probably would be strictly, I'm not, like I said, it depends on what the local people had going on. But as far
Let's
as
say
we're
it's a
talking about, what
normal.
if you want to just go with the presidents right now,
No, no, no.
the
We're local
president
right now.
parties,
I don't know what state you're in, but let's pick a random state if you don't want to say a state.
Texas,
Okay, Texas, perfect. That's all Republican.
yeah,
Would you keep everything the same right now? Would you vote all Republican, local, state, and
probably to
national?
be honest with you now that yeah, probably because like when Jasmine
Okay.
Crockett was trying to, no, I know, FBA, we wasn't on that.
Okay, cool. So you would 100% go from local, state, and national or Republican ticket, no matter what.
Probably at this
Okay.
point, coming out some years back, I wouldn't have. I would have been all Democrat, but
Well, I know that I know the Democrats have lost a lot of people, so this is
I
normal. I
mean,
expected. What changed you?
well, what would change me, really would change us, I think, is
I don't think you're ever a Democrat,
after
bro. So
Obama's second term. Because I'll be honest with you, I'm telling you from the inside, when he first got elected, everybody, you saw how happy black people were. Come on. And we thought
right.
that we finally had somebody that was going to look out. Like you see, we're talking about reparations here. We thought that, we had somebody that was on our page. He didn't do it the first time. And so, boom, he ran again. And everybody said say, well, you know what? It was his first time getting in. The second time he get in, boom, that's what we thought. Second time he got in, nothing. So after
Mm.
that, we were left disappointed, and then we had Kamala Harris come on as with Joe Biden as the vice president, and she specifically said, "Am I going to do anything specifically for Black people? No,
Well, no,
no.
it wasn't specific like that. It was, I'm going to do. I'm going to adopt the same policies that Biden did, which was really nothing. So it wasn't as specific as that, but I understand. So listen, dude, the Democrats have lost a lot of people, just not including you. So I understand. I'm not going to defend them. I know they're dog shit. Trust me. Like, but I just don't think you could. The way FBA has been doing shit lately, I just don't think that you can blame immigrants for all of your fucking problems. And then on top of it, demanding
How? I mean, where do you see FBA blaming immigrants for their
bro,
problems?
everywhere I go, okay, everywhere I go, I've been seeing. I know maybe they're trolling or rage baiting. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. Listen, I understand that the foundation of Black America should have a right to this country. I don't think anyone disagrees with when people say that to me. In fact, if they win reparations and they can get an agenda or a legislative passed and convince a lot of their marginal voters or a lot of the voters, they'll probably get it. It's a legislative issue, not an immigrant issue. But the problem is, if you are going to put the immigrants as a on a pedestal and then say that we should, you should go back to your home country, we should have ICE
No, we only
deport
say
them.
that when you guys speak against our politics. That's the only time that happens.
That's fair. I've just heard a lot of nuances and a lot of terms right now. When I talk to FBAs, they say, "What's your ethnicity? What country are you from?
Yeah,
Why
well,
are you
oh
here
yeah,
in America?"
because that matters because it's a lot of people who got black skin, who look like us, who we thought was us, that'll go into reparations hearings and say we don't need reparations, and we're looking at
No,
them like we. So and they're looking black as ever. Then you come to find out they're Dominican, they're Caribbean, they're something else.
but that's the same thing as saying like actual Black people saying that too. Like
No,
foundation
no,
of Black
because
America
they
is
they don't come from. Well, we have slavery ancestry here. The people who immigrate here from other countries don't. That's one thing that they
you
can
can't.
say. They can say my family wasn't slaves here, and they always throw that in our faces.
Right, but I'm saying there's actual Black Foundation Americans that have also said that they don't want reparations, not just
Well,
immigrants that are also that have a darker skin or complexion on them. Like
well, I haven't
you're
seen
saying
that necessarily.
You're saying there's no Uncle records that exist.
I'm sure there. I'm pretty sure there are.
That's
But
one point. They say Black people are the
the
problem. They
thing
say Black.
is, the ones who be in the reparations hearings turning stuff down and saying no, we tend to have. It's been a pattern of them being from other places. They just look black, and we bought that for the longest, not realizing that we have a group here that's the same color as us that's willing to take us down.
Bro, I don't know. I don't
Yes,
see it.
thank you for bringing me up, FDA. My I love the point that you were making, where you were saying like I want to just piggyback really quickly off of what you were saying.
All right.
Um, I'm FBA, but
Okay.
I'm also um, not. I come from Nigerian descent. After doing the DNA test, paying like $100 for one, I found out that I'm primarily I'm like uh, primarily Nigerian. That's where my ancestors came from. So, um, I have the ancestry of immigrant or Africans. I don't hate Africans just because I'm FBA. I just want to put that out there. I think it's ridiculous for people to say that FBAs hate immigrants
No,
when
we
our
don't.
ancestors were immigrants. It's not logical. It's illogical. That's like saying a white person is racist. It's like,
Well,
oh,
now,
it's
now
possible
the part of now
because we already
I
have
can't stay the same on the immigrant part now. That
But no, literally, if you paid that $100 I paid and you did your DNA test, I use ancestry.com where you can actually trace your lineage. You will find out more than likely your mama was Cameroon, your daddy was Nigeria. Like
well,
you'll be able to piece and
no,
connect the dots.
no, it's nothing like that for me. I've actually been on ancestry.com, and no, my even from the 1800s and before, my family were here considered Negro.
Oh well, we'll see different story, different background from me. But I just wanted to piggyback off of that
Oh yeah,
and say it's illogical for people to try to demonize the FBA movement as being hateful of immigrants.
facts,
Imagine
facts.
you
Because that's
imagine
not.
you come
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Imagine you come from wherever you came from, and the place that you come to is better than where you were at. That's why you left. But the place that you come to has already a food chain set up where FBAs are at the bottom
Uh oh.
of the totem pole,
Uh
and
oh.
now they have to watch immigrants get everything
Oh.
and some. So I think that what any immigrant needs to do is understand number one that there
Oh,
is a element
if I
of
could have you
pride.
rewind that, oh my god.
I
Yeah, there's
mean,
an
sure, you
element
could be a
of
victim,
If I
I
pride
could
in
guess.
heard, if I
having
could
You
have
could
you
have
no.
that victim
rewind that,
mentality and say that
There's an element
because
of pride in
immigrants
it.
come
woo,
here,
I have never, I have never
that
not
that
once
doesn't
been.
work
I
when
you
have
you
never
struck a
not
talk
once
about
been.
nerve.
immigrants coming
Hold on,
from
sir.
North
Hold on,
Africa.
sir. Let me
You
finish.
know
You
what I mean?
Let
No,
struck
no,
a
me
no, no.
nerve
finish.
with
I'm
that
gonna
one.
interrupt
Look
I
at
you
didn't
real
he,
quick.
even let
So,
me
because
finish.
you went
I'll
on
give him
on
up,
a
but I
tangent
need
for a
him
little
to
bit.
you
let me
got him
finish.
out his
So
seat.
No, I'm
sure,
saying
and I
you
do
went
that
on a
too.
tangent for a little bit. So I just want to respond to that
You
real
got him
quick
out his seat
because
out there.
it gets to the point
Let me
where
finish.
victim
I
mindset
literally just
really
want to
is a
take it home.
dangerous
I want to
issue.
take it home. I
And
just want to take it
also
home.
immigrants came from a colonized
Well,
like area.
hold
Like
on, wizard. Hold on, wizard.
I just
Yeah, I
let me
just want
finish.
to take
Let
it
me
home.
land my
I
plane
just
real
want to
quick,
take
and
it
then I'll
home.
mute so I
Okay.
can
That's
listen
all.
to
I
this
just want
tangent
to
and
take it home.
victimhood. So I just want to like
No, no,
respond to
no,
what
no,
he's
no,
saying.
no,
I
no,
just
no.
let me
I'm gonna
respond
take
to what
my
you're
point
saying, and I'll
home.
respectfully
I'm
go
gonna
on
take
mute
my point
because
home. I'm gonna take
you
my
went on
point
a
home
tangent for a
because
little bit
that
about how
because
immigrants
Yeah.
literally
are coming here
the
and then
joke
taking up
writes
the
itself. You
resources when
literally
in
just did what
reality
I was
immigrants
trying to
come here.
say that they
Okay,
do.
I
Hold
just
on.
want
Hold
to
on,
Let
one
let
finish.
point.
let
No,
let.
no. Let me take my
Wizard,
point. You
wizard,
just
wizard,
did prove
wizard.
my point.
Hold
Let
on,
me just
wizard.
land my
You just
Because
plane
proved
you
my
real
did
point.
quick.
cut in on him,
No,
wizard. You
No, I
did
know,
cut
but
in,
he
man.
went on a tangent. I want
you
to
see,
take
But
a
that's
he,
that
moment to
pride. That's
respond to
the
that.
arrogance I'm talking about. He's
Let me
not
just take a
mature enough
moment to
to let
respond
me
to that because you're going to go
finish.
on a 20-minute
But
no,
tangent.
he's
but
about to,
that's all it
he's
took.
That
almost
is
done,
not,
That's
it's
man.
all it
not
took.
fair for him to
I
call
didn't tell you I was
immigrants
going on
But
for
you
20
gon'
taking
minutes.
up
you
This
about
is
resources.
to
a
have the
one-sided
floor. You about to have the
conversation with him.
floor, wizard.
I will
He's been
go on
talking
mute
all this
after I
time up until
respond
you
to his
added me, and he can't
allegation.
be
Let me
quiet
just
to let
respond to
me
that.
finish.
To say the
How
things he's saying is
immature.
ridiculous.
I'm not gonna have a conversation with you
You
because
don't
you're
have to have a
immature.
conversation
You're
with me,
too
but I'm going to
emotional to have a
respond.
conversation right now to where
Immigrations
you can't even let
are not
somebody
here to
finish
take
their
up
point.
any
But he
resources. They
didn't
come
Next,
say
from
that.
colonized. That's what he literally
No,
next.
said.
no, he said that
He
he
said
said we
immigrants are
got to
here to take up
watch.
the resources
He
of the
said
He's
we
too
have to
black
emotional.
watch you
Americans.
guys basically, yeah, get resources that we're denied. That's all he was saying, really.
Right, but that doesn't even make sense. That's a
It's
poor
the
But just
excuse of an
truth.
argument,
It's
if he will let
it's
me
weak,
finish, I will
and it's a
I
victim
will bring
mindset,
him
right?
home
what
to
would
When
you
my
like?
immigrants
point.
come to America, right?
But
Like
this
a lot of them, we come from nothing. Where there was
Okay.
you're not taking you're not taking into consideration that the places that we come from have already been colonized. That's such a poor excuse of an argument.
Okay.
Do we start from like, do we come in and they say, hey, here's a free car, here's a free house, you got some clothes and shoes. Now, if you're gonna make a rebuttal and say some states offer a little bit more services because they're nanny states, that's a different story. There is nanny states that do help impoverished or poor people. But guess what? If you're an immigrant come from America, you need a visa status to even claim those scenarios. You need permanent residency, meaning that you're a legal, legitimate citizen American here, right? So if you're either a permanent resident or a citizenship. So the point that even the emphasis on that immigration taken from people when they come here with nothing, bareback, empty as fuck.
I witnessed it myself, sir. It was all over the news. Y'all, they paid for the finest hope. I love the news when it tells the truth. Y'all, they put y'all up in the fine pan, hundreds of dollars a night for y'all to not only have hundreds of dollars on the EBT, but unlimited stays at the richest.
Bro, no one can hear you. You're just talking to yourself. No one can hear you.
Yeah, I love the fact that you guys have a.
No one can hear you, bro. It sounds like an echo. You're like in a blue speaker. You're talking off of a speaker, and you're like far away from the room.
Yeah. It sounds a little bit low.
I love the fact that you guys have such a rich. I love the fact that you guys have such a rich history of amnesia. When you get over here and you get in a position that you feel like is dignified enough to talk down on the FBA community, you have literally contributed.
Yo, host, when have I talked down
to
the
the
FBA
detriment?
No. Hey, hold on. Host,
you
when
just
have I
did it with me. I'm FBA. Why are
please
you
correct yourself
all of a
sudden? Yo, host, when have I talked down on the FBA community? These are allegations. Have I said anything bad about FBA?
You said FBA.
Why is
have I said anything bad about FBA?
I'm so confused.
You did say FBA. You did say that.
No, I did not say. Well,
when you first came in, you did.
The level of low IQ has to be studied.
I did say FBA.
I'm not talking
but I was
to him.
trolling.
I'm sorry.
You're right.
You got to find me somebody else. You got to.
No, you're right. I did say FBA when I was coming with trolling. No, I don't mean that. Say FBA. That was a troll remark. I'm only saying it because of the intolerance towards them to us. That's why. So in reality, I do apologize for that. That is a disrespectful thing. That's my fault. You're right. Thank you, host. Thank you for reminding me. I did say that because I was trolling. That was a troll moment for me because there's been such a level of intolerance from FBAs that I just said, okay, if we're gonna play this, two can play. Which I shouldn't do, but whatever. Fuck
but
it.
Here's the thing. I thank you for the apology. I respect you for. I respect you for apologizing. And just to remind you, I love immigrants. I do not hate immigrants. I love immigrants. You know what I do? I spend time feeding the Hispanic community. I love immigrants. I chop it up with the Ethiopians and the Nigerians. I love y'all. What I do not like is a is a type of immigrant. The type of immigrant that I do not respect is the immigrant that tries to come over here from a place that they could not thrive in. So they came to a place where they knew that it was a place that they could thrive. However, what I dislike is I don't discredit the hard work that immigrants put in. I don't discredit the love that they have for their jobs and their families. I respect all of that. What I want you guys to carry the fact of every time that you guys are presented with an opportunity by the Democratic Party specifically, the Republicans have a hatred in their hearts for immigrants, so they really don't cater to the community of immigrants. But the Democratic Party, because a lot of our officials in the Democratic Party were immigrants themselves, and even now you can tell that there's a certain compassion and care for the immigrant community, which I'm all for. What I'm not for is the detriment of the FBA, because you got to understand, sir, in the food chain, there's always a totem pole of a food chain. In society, there is a social food chain. The FBA community is at the most lowest part of that. And it's not that we hate immigrants. We can recognize how you guys have been able to profit off of the system that was put in place before you got here. Even though you yourself did not put the system in place, we want you to acknowledge the fact that you are able to benefit off of it. And once you do that, once you're mature enough to do that, and you can look at the Black community and see the generations of disjustice that was never made right with every law that they past that there was always a goalpost move on the black community, on the
Facts.
FBA black community, and you begin to put in work and go against the system and actually put life into the black community, then that's when I'll say, job well done, sir. Welcome. You know,
Can you expand
we
on that? What do
welcome
you
you.
what do you mean by sorry?
Well, what are you doing for the? What are do you know how
just
many?
specifically on like what immigrants are doing that they would have what you mentioned earlier. Can you repeat that part where you were like, there was specific? They get some sort of something. What do they get? Because
Yes. Well,
you have to be specific.
Yeah, you know what? I'll go through each community. The Dearborn has become a Arabic community in its entirety. Every
Right.
time, if you pay attention to America, even where you live at, go outside, drive around.
Right.
You know the ghetto. Go to the ghetto. See how many black
Yeah, I've looked at
businesses
the
there
ghetto,
are. See how many hair salons are owned by Asians and Koreans and Chinese.
Let's get a little more
And
specific.
see how
though.
many businesses are owned by Arabs, and see how many Mexicans and Hispanics own businesses.
So-
And look at the black community and see how that is non-existent in the black community, even in the ghetto. Because immigration has been set upon such a pedestal, so much so that the black community has become the exploitation of immigration.
That's facts.
Because let me tell you why. As a black man, let me tell you what I've learned in my 30-something years of being here. That those hair beauty supplies are owned not by us. They're owned by Chinese, Asian, and you know what? They antagonize the black community when we go in their stores, even though we're the ones making them rich.
Okay,
And then they take the money that we pay them, and then they go to the suburbs because they're not. What I mean by that is very clear. What I mean.
Right, but
the black
going off a
community is
tangent a
the
little bit.
exploited. The black or FBA are the exploited totem pole. We are the first ones to be exploited when everybody want to make it. When you want to be in the land of the free, the home of the brave, you gonna do that off our backs first.
So we're going off of tangents now. What I want to know is you can't say that exploitation happens from capitalism. Capitalism is exploitation in itself. It's built off of that. So what I'm trying to ask for is, how does an immigrant who comes in here, right, who starts from probably ground zero, except for some, if they have like family relative back home, maybe they get some money from them, or they start building their credit, take advantage of
You guys get sponsorships too.
Yes, H-1B visas, but again, that's more of a exploitation of capitalism. It's completely different. It's not this. It doesn't.
But see, how he missing my point though. You see how he can't make a connection. And that's what's so sad to me, is that these are the same people. These are the same people.
He knows what he's doing.
These are let me tell you something. These are the same exact
to me
people
about it, you're like,
that will
he
turn
just
around
doesn't get
and
it.
have so much
It's going over
negativity
his head.
and
I'm trying to generally have a
condescending
conversation
statements
with you,
to make.
and
But yet you
giving me
can't
an
even make
example
a
of capitalism,
connection
dude.
to what I said. The only time I was able to get any emotion out of you was when I pissed you off. Imagine that.
Oh my
There
God!
was no empathy.
Now we're going like,
there was no sympathy, just anger when I
Bro,
said something to piss you off.
rewatched the history
That's
of
what we
America
get from
multiple
you.
times
That's
when
what
it
we
came
get
down
from
to
you.
Facts.
like,
Look in the mirror
you're
and
not
understand
understanding.
that you're a part of the problem, because you're not a
my
part of the
God.
solution, and there is
Oh
no
my
in
God.
between.
I'll
And
never
that's
look at
what the
you
black
and say
community
and
is
tell to
trying to
myself,
express.
you know what's crazy? I'll never look at myself and tell myself, because an FBA told me I'm the problem, now I'm the problem. That's
Appreciate that,
delusional, and you know that. You're delusional. And you know what's crazy about it?
Tell me. No, if I'm delusional, sir, I
instead
challenge
of
you.
having a
Tell me
conversation
something
with
that
me and
you
telling me
contributed
about
to
what
the
the root
FBA,
problem
to the
is
black
and why
community
immigrants
since
could
you've
be
been in
causing harm
America.
to
Tell me
FBAs,
one
you're
thing
telling me,
that you've
"Dang, you're just
contributed
part of the problem."
intentionally to the black community since you
Appreciate
are
it,
not a
Resto.
part of the problem.
Bro. You just
Go
keep
ahead.
talking, bro. You keep talking, bro.
Go
Keep
ahead.
talking.
How have you contributed?
Are
How have
you
you contributed?
a speaker, guest speaker at places, or what? Because we're not having an actual conversation, dude. Because you're telling me about what issues could be stemmed off from capitalism, which I understand could also be a direct problem towards the black community, because
No,
capitalism
you're doing jumping jacks
itself.
with your words, but you're not fooling me. You may be able to talk your way out of stuff, but you can't trick me, buddy.
Oh my God!
I'm sure about every single thing that I
with him, and he's
spoke.
like,
It was
"Fool,
facts.
you're fooling me. I'm fooling you." Like, shut the fuck up. FBAs,
And
all
then
they
you have
want
to
to do.
resort to cursing because that's how much of a low IQ you have. You
Oh
don't
my
know how to be
God.
passionate and not be
When have I called you low
a
IQ?
cursing
This
and
whole conversation, when have
disrespectful.
I
I
called you
never
low
called
IQ?
you out your name. I
When
never
have
cursed
I,
at you
this whole
once. I
conversation, when
brought
have I
facts
called you low IQ?
to your
Can
feelings,
you answer
and
my
that's
question,
why you
please?
mad. I
I'm
brought
not.
facts to
Trust
your
me, I'm not
feelings,
mad.
and that's why
I'm
you're
not
mad.
mad.
Oh, baby, you
Listen,
mad because you had
in
to cuss
fact,
at me.
you're the one
You
playing
real
the
mad.
victim here, and you're telling me immigrants are your problem, and I'm telling you they're
can't.
not.
How
Who's
can
really
you
mad?
sit on a
Who's
pedestal
really
when
mad?
you are a whole immigrant and
Yeah,
call somebody and tell
blacks are
somebody
their
else
own
their
problem.
mindset? You
Black
literally
Hey,
ran
supremacy.
from a place
yeah,
to a place.
the black
You're no
community is its
hero,
own problem.
sir. You are no
Immigrant.
hero.
Yeah, because of white
He
supremacy.
doesn't
Can't
even
blame
know
him.
how to have a conversation with a person. He's like,
Because of YT
dude, just talk
supremacy.
to me. Okay, tell me
No,
why you feel
no.
Yeah, it's
immigrants
your
are causing
fault,
you harm.
buddy. It's your fault.
You
Hey, I'm gonna
know,
say this, and
Anything
then
with
I'm
the
gonna
black
I'm gonna say this.
community.
FBA. Everybody
somebody
that gets
said
on this
something.
panel that has something negative to say about the black community ain't doing shit for it, and that's
No,
all I'm gonna say.
exactly.
So my point stands because they're
We
so
just observe
prideful
it,
and they're
and you're
so
right.
arrogant and they're
You're
so
right. We
hateful
observe
in
it.
their hearts that they
Not
have no
really.
sympathy, they have no compassion, they have no
Yeah, we do.
connection,
We have,
Not at
they
all.
have
They
no
sure don't.
understanding.
No, we have empathy. We don't
No,
like
you
the black
don't. No,
community
you
the way it
No,
don't.
is.
you don't.
We
No,
don't
you
like
don't.
it.
No, you
No,
It's a
you
don't.
don't.
horrible
When
place
you
to
say
live.
but, that
Are you
cancels
It is
white,
everything
horrible.
else out. Y'all don't
You
even know how to
guys-
have proper
So we
communication.
do have empathy. I don't wish that on any child.
Yo,
I don't wish
Surfing, are
any
you white?
child grew up in the black community. Yeah,
Well, dude,
absolutely.
you
Oh yeah,
guys, you guys
you're
raise your
borderline
kids to
racist,
hate.
dog.
Just imagine how miserable you make them.
I just raise my kids to be happy but self-sufficient.
Because they have
You
to
know?
see
See,
these.
ignorance is a part of the
But that's the whole
problem.
thing too. Is
And
we
it's been
actually raise our
generations of
kids.
ignorance.
No, you
That's
don't.
sad for
No,
raise
you
our
them.
don't.
kids.
I
That's
know.
so
You know how
sad
many
for
of you
them.
people I see go off strong on meth somewhere, dude.
Well,
Your parents,
statistically,
yeah,
a little under 20%.
yeah, but
and
your parents have
statistically,
money.
like 60%
Your
of your community
grandparents
is
have
got
money. You
as
still don't go the right way.
fatherless homes.
Well, I don't believe in that
Fatherless
chosen
homes.
people stuff in the comments. I
I
don't believe in all
guarantee
that
you,
because
at the
anybody can be
county
chosen by
jail
God. Just
in
answer
my
the call.
area is
That's
full of
interesting.
YT. Come on.
Wait,
Come
what'd you
on.
say?
I said, I guarantee the county jail around my area is full of YT. You guys populate
You
the
know,
place.
I live in California, and there are very few white. There's a couple of schmug addict dudes in there.
Well, I'm in
but
Texas.
For the most part, blacks and
Yeah.
Hispanics.
Yeah.
And Hispanics.
Well, I'm in
are
Texas and it's
locked up.
different, buddy. You guys are here.
Yeah, but we also make Texas awesome, right?
No, you guys don't. I mean, you're
you
here,
go
but
to the
you're not
affluent
doing
neighborhoods
anything.
of Houston, Texas. Those are some of the nicest people you'll ever meet in your
Who?
life.
Who?
They're so freaking nice.
Who?
Man.
What people in
They're-
Houston?
Like River Oaks, you know, like the
What are they? What people are you talking about?
The people that live there. They're just really, really nice.
Okay,
people,
well, I mean,
man.
yeah, the people in Texas are cool. Okay, so I mean, but I just said that you guys
And they're
populate
white.
the
And they're
county
white.
jail. Is what I
Yeah,
said.
but they're white people.
Okay,
They're
yeah,
white people.
and they're YT people. You guys populate the county jail.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
here in California, I'll take you to the white neighborhood. You're gonna be like, "Holy shit, this is amazing."
Yeah,
I'll
and-
take you to Koreatown.
Well, I know you guys have money.
You'd be like, "Wow, this is pretty modern and nice."
Yeah.
I'll take you to Chinatown. We'll get some duck. You'd be like, "Wow, these people are really cool." I'll take you to the Little Mexico. We'll get some tacos. You go, "Wow, this is really, really nice." Okay, I'll take you to the Little Saigon where the Vietnamese people are. You go, "Wow, this
What's
is
your
this is
point?
pretty neat."
Surfing.
Then
Hold
I'll
on.
take you. Then I'll
Surfing.
take
Let me
you.
help you.
Then
Watch
I will
this.
take you to the
Let me
black
help you,
community.
sir.
Where they need
And you'll
reparations,
see
where they still
you'll
need
see a
reparations,
problem.
and it's your fault.
The
This guy is
drug
borderline
addicts.
racist.
No, yeah, and it's your
That's
fault,
not how you help or impress
and it's
the black
all your
community,
fault.
sir.
It's all
You
your
impress the
people's
black
fault.
Community, and it is really, really
by
rough.
funding
Man.
the
It is
college
rough.
of a little poor black boy whose daddy died or is in jail for life. That's how you do something impressive.
I mean, why is there
We-
so much trash in the black community? Why can't you guys pick up
This
the
guy's
trash?
racist, bro.
No, honestly,
Well,
why is
no,
there
but
so
he's not
much
saying
trash?
anything.
But
He's
no,
not. At least
but
he's not
honestly-
being vulgar.
honestly-
He's just talking.
I wouldn't say, I wouldn't say it's racism.
Like,
I would
why
say
is
it's
there so much
ignorance.
trash?
There's an ignorance
Hey,
to the white community
Hey,
because
Surfing.
they
You could be
don't
borderline
understand
Yeah.
the black
Surfing,
community
you're
at
from
all.
California.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all those places you said you gonna take them, you won't see no black Americans working. You're gonna see everybody else working. You might see some Africans working or something like that, but black Americans, you won't see them with any jobs. Then you went and straight said, then I go to the black community and I got this. Well, if people don't have jobs, sir, well, how you think they supposed to have stuff?
So
Look, the
first of
black
all, I
community
hire
is
black. I have a couple of black people on
No,
my
generationally
you
payroll.
probably hire your
traumatized.
black.
You know, one
You
of my
don't hire
directors
black.
is
You
black.
hire black Americans, or you hire
Yeah,
immigrant
absolutely.
blacks.
I really don't give a fuck what you are. You pass my test.
No,
You
that's
know your
different than that.
HVAC.
No,
You
That
got a
means
decent
immigrant
resume.
blacks.
that's total
Man,
different.
you
Yeah,
got yourself a
exactly.
job, man.
No,
I don't
that's
care
not a
what color
black
you are.
American, sir.
You
And
got to
you
take
know
a
better
test to
because
get a
you from
job. I give
California.
you a test, and you do on that test, then you got a job, and you have a decent resume. I don't care what color you are. That doesn't mean a
Okay.
difference. I don't give
Well,
a
sir,
fuck.
Just
sir,
because you
we
hire an
glad that you're not
African,
racist. We glad, but we
Yeah,
want
I like
some
black people. Yes,
proactivity
I like
from
black
you
people.
yeah. Well,
for the black
black
I
community,
like
because
people
the
in
black
black
people.
community
America are
needs more
different than
allies.
African and other people.
Sure. No, I agree. I like black
So
Americans. I
don't group
generally
us
like these
up with
people.
them.
We love you too, but we need
Yeah.
more we need more action put in on your side. If you can find a school in the ghetto, find a school in the
No,
hood, and
no. You
just
guys
drop
need
off.
more black leaders. No. You need more black leaders in your community putting their fucking
And,
foot down.
Oh
That's
yeah,
what
so what
you
you
guys
guys
need
can
more
take them out?
mentors,
So you
more
guys can
people with
take them out?
integrity. Well,
You've taken out all the ones who
Jesse
tried it.
Jackson. These
hey,
guys were here forever. What are you talking about?
if surfing is being honest, he'll tell you about the differences in the schooling in California. How
Oh yeah.
in the white neighborhoods the schools
Yep.
are excellent 5-star, and then in
Sure.
the black neighborhoods are the black children responsible for that? That you talking about?
In fact, she blaming black people.
And I don't
And
know. I
listen,
don't know because you
another
think they're
thing,
getting the same
when you
curriculum.
driving,
I don't know.
and the infrastructure in California, you know when you reach the black neighborhood when your tire almost fall off because of the potholes and the infrastructure. But when we go to your neighborhood, it's smooth
Perfect.
sailing, ain't barely got no lights. So you comparing those people to what you doing, and then also don't lie and say that there ain't no blacks populating your area. We got money too. You
There's
know what I'm
not.
saying?
Yeah,
I
my
know you
neighbor
got
Terry,
blacks in your
he's
area.
black. He's a cool dude. But no, we
I
don't
know
really
you
have
do.
any where I live.
We
I live in
just
Orange County. You know, I live in the hills, Orange County, so you know where I live.
and well, you must don't know your neighbors. It's a lot of
Yeah, I
black
do.
living
I
in
do.
the
There's some Asians.
hills of Orange County.
My neighbor Terry's black. He's cool as hell. My neighbor
There's
across
some
the street
black
is-
people out in California way richer than you.
But he's super Republican too. He's like Mr. Trump.
It don't matter.
Guy,
They're
you know?
black. It don't
Yeah,
matter.
ain't
I
They're
ain't
black.
nobody.
So
yeah.
every
Yeah,
black
no,
person
ain't
out
nobody
here
in their
Yeah,
in
but
the
right
he's
world.
mind
but
supporting
that's the
Trump.
thing is that
Nobody in their
that's
right
the,
mind
but
is supporting
You
Trump.
try to
the
act like we
community.
all broke. We not all broke. We got money
No,
in Cali. Don't play.
but you know what? But you can go to any community here in California, and those people really look out for their own. The Jewish community, the Russian community, all these communities.
Yeah,
You know
the
why?
communities that got
You
reparations,
know
right?
why? Yeah, because they
Not
getting money.
really. I mean,
They
Yeah,
getting
you know,
money, sir.
yeah.
They getting money. They
You're
getting
not
grants. They getting
research, and that's
$20,000.
what they're
They
trying
getting
to
Did
tell
you guys
you.
know? Did you
Your
guys know
perception is
Koreans
very
spend more
ignorant.
money on tutors than Americans spend on video games?
They have the
These
money
people
to
spend
do
more
so,
money
man.
on tutors for their children.
Again, you're talking about
Yeah,
stuff
You know?
Koreans,
on
they get grants.
on
They
the
get
le- on the
loans when
on
they
the
They
come
say
level
over
of
all
here.
off our tax
privilege.
dollars. These
People
guys,
don't
they got
understand
us sitting up
what it
here
is to
paying for
not be
these people
privileged.
benefits, basically.
Right, that's
As
exactly what
citizens,
we
we're
do.
paying for it, and then they sit there and try to throw it in our faces, and
Black
we're the ones
Americans. Yeah.
funding it. We the ones.
But
Oh my
I
our
got. I'm
God!
going to Costco. I'll
neighborhoods,
come back,
our
y'all. I'm going to
See
Costco.
neighborhoods,
what?
our schools, and our
See y'all.
infrastructure lay waste
See
by the
y'all.
government, by the city officials. They don't
See
get
if
the same
y'all.
money. Even the restaurants. When you go to a restaurant in the black neighborhood, they probably won't have certain things. In the white neighborhood, they're gonna have everything because that's how they do it. When I want good stuff, I go to the white neighborhood and shop because I know they're gonna send the good stuff there. I find good stuff. You see what I'm saying? So where he go?
Oh,
got
he said he'd be back later. He couldn't.
Yeah, I bet you he's
He
gone
couldn't
because I'm
handle
from
the truth
California.
that y'all was giving
Yeah, don't come over here talking about that California. Boy, you better be quiet.
But no, but do you got? I really think that it's so funny because with everything, the only community that nobody had, you know what? Out of all the lives I've been on concerning the black community, not one time has any opposite race, not one time has any opposite race said, you know what, I actually have kept up, with the black community, mistreatment. I know that they're the lowest on the totem pole. I know that the goalpost is always moved when it comes to them. that breaking laws is cool for everybody else until the black community does it. Then it's harsher prison times for the same crimes. It's crazy, but I think that I don't know. I think God is really raising up people like you, like me, like the young lady who really, we our actions is going to begin to really flourish and show for the black community. And I think that it's a beautiful live that you're doing, FBA, because I'm FBA, but I don't hate anybody. I call out injustice where it comes from. I'm not one of them FBAs that feel like everybody is just the worst. I believe that you have two types of people. You got ignorant and you got hateful. Yep. Now the ignorant can be educated, because once you know better, you have the opportunity to do better. But the hateful, you got to leave it in God's hands, because you can't put love in somebody's heart. Only God can. Only God has that authority to put love where once hatred resided. So you got to just pray for those, and you can't really tell them nothing, because they've already made up their minds. And so everything that they say, like that one gentleman I was talking to, you see how he cussed at me and did all that stuff. I never cussed at him. I never, did all that to him, but he did it to me.
You just go on a tangent and lie to people. You call me low IQ. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
And you didn't provide any substance to what you're talking about,
sir. But you're not somebody. You're not somebody that I would have a conversation
with. All you do is go on tangents,
because you are the other person that I was talking about with the hatred in your heart. I don't have anything to say to you. I don't expect anything positive to come from you
and again
or to my community. Thank you, but no thank you, and God bless you, sir. I'm sorry that you're not somebody that I connect with or that I would talk to. You're not somebody that I see as a valuable ally. So please, talk to somebody else. I don't want to talk to you.
Trying to play a victim and then trying to blame our immigrants when it doesn't even make sense. You can't even have a dialogue. You can't even go across the other side without telling people.
Sir, the difference between me and you. The difference between me and you is that I can talk about the immigrant community because I serve the immigrant community. You don't serve the black community, so get off your high horse.
We want to educate you on this. It's like,
just shut up.
Immigrants are just taking stuff, and we should just not even have them in our corner in our section or have a conversation with them anymore. And they don't know what you're talking about.
I said I don't want to have a conversation with you.
Yes, get other black.
So don't put words in my mouth.
How much of a separatist do you have to be? I can go on a tangent just like you, and I can have a conversation. So it's like it doesn't do anything.
And you're so immature that you keep talking to me when I told you I don't want to talk to you.
You go on tangents.
I don't want to talk to you.
You hit a nerve.
Talk to FBA.
You covered 10 topics into one category, and
you don't want to hit that nerve, dog.
Listen,
you already topics into one category.
Immigrant.
You hit that nerve, man.
So he's the loser. I'm not.
He's the nerve. But I know when someone goes to have a tangent and doesn't want to have an actual conversation
about his life, about his situation.
You know what I mean?
He's miserable.
Like he goes,
the truth.
You own property.
What you said was powerful. I'm gonna just say that.
If you want to go,
what you said was powerful, and he ain't forgot it.
And he still ain't said how he served the black community.
He ain't forgot it.
That's what
I
serve the immigrant community. I take time away from my wife and my kids and serve the immigrant community.
To be a separate, as a person who is a part of separation and wants to separate from a foundation of Black American to immigration and have a delineation. While you talk to immigrant people, and be like, "I'm your friend. Guess what? I don't have a problem with you. You just can't have what I have, and you can't be a part of my circle."
But I never like said that. So you again, I'm a go because I refuse to let him get me to where I'm cussing at him and calling him the name he's calling me.
I can't clearly
I'm gonna go, but God bless you, FBA mob.
talking.
I respect your live. I respect your time.
Salute.
I'm not gonna waste it.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You already cooked. You already
I
cooked.
went on a tangent for 20 minutes, so thank you so much.
Say he cooked. He already cooked though.
He cooked so much that he went on a tangent and didn't explain anything properly. You're so right. I totally forgot.
No, the only thing he said that it was powerful. He said, "Shoot, that y'all come over here and we watch how you benefit." That's all he is basically saying. And you don't know what that looked like. I don't think. Imagine. You don't know. See, that's the thing about it. I don't know if you know what that looks like. What he said, though, what he described.
bro, I could have a conversation with you right now, and you're telling me exactly. I heard clearly what you said to me,
Yeah.
and we're having a discourse. We're having a conversation with this dude. Went on a tangent for the last 50 minutes, and didn't even have. He talked about 10 topics all at once. You just clearly described one topic. You said, you don't know, as an immigrant, you don't know what resources you're getting and what you're being given ahead of time, right? When you come to America, that's what you just said right now, right? You know, as an immigrant, can you state again what you said so I don't take words from your mouth?
Oh, no. I was just repeating what he said. He said, what happens is, basically, Black Americans have been dealt a bad hand, and then we see and watch how the immigrants are able to come over here and benefit off of certain things that basically Black Americans were always denied and told no and shut out of. That's all he was saying, and it hit hard. I was like, man. I'm just saying on outside, if you people, he's saying you don't know how that feels. I don't think though.
Okay, but
for a group to it's just almost like this. It's almost like this. Then it's almost like if we were to go over if Black Americans were to go over to Mexico, you know how you guys, a lot of people want to be able to get away out of there. You guys want to get out of there for the most part. A lot of people tend to want to get out of there. Imagine if a certain group come over there. So it must be pretty bad. But imagine a certain 100%. Group comes over there and they start pulling out the resources that you didn't even know exist. They start pulling out stuff that keeps this certain group safe that you never knew exist. And y'all be like, what the heck? Huh? You mean they got what? They got bulletproof houses? What? The cartel is forbidden to go over there to where they're at? What? I mean, even though it's just like, no, they didn't do nothing to us specifically or nothing like that, but we're just sitting here watching all this stuff being pulled out that we told was impossible.
Yeah, but bro,
come on.
You're talking about from a point of view that if like immigrants came here and didn't have anything, like
you said it. You said that you guys don't
I mean the point of view of like immigrants having something, like if they came here and had an advantage of at some point. Dude, most immigrants that come here come from poor like affected places. Cuba, right? Like places where there is nothing there. And they go to America and they build from ground up, just like any other immigrant.
For example,
some have a starting advantage because they have families previously before that were probably wealthy, but that's not majority of.
We've been here all these years, and then we'll sit here and watch who's about to take over the new store in our neighborhood. They ain't gonna sure didn't let it be a black person. We come to some new dude from India
with capitalism, right? Not
whatever you want to say. Okay, it's not, but you guys are willing to accept the cake and eat it. And so
how
yeah, it's more than just that. You had said that you guys always have the rhetoric that you're starting from the ground up. You guys come here and the money that should have gone to the FBA as our reparations from debt that's owed to us for free labor of our ancestors, you guys came here and they gave you money freely, but they want us to keep requesting money that you guys got when you crossed the border. And that's not just you, it's people from all over the world. So please stop the rhetoric that you guys went from the ground up. You guys went from the top of the heap.
Tell me one thing we've been given as immigrants.
Foundational Black American.
Hold up. I'm not gonna be rude. I'm not gonna be disrespectful. You just made a statement, right? And you stated, and you have to correct me if I'm wrong, okay? I don't want to speak for you. You stated that immigrants who come here are. Can you state that again, please, so I don't take words out of your mouth?
Immigrants who come, you want me to repeat what I just said?
Please,
I mean, some of what I said.
Just in short. You said immigrant, because I don't want to take words out of your mouth.
You don't start from the ground up. You guys have been given money by our leaders inappropriately from our tax dollars. So if I took my hand and waved it from left to right for 8 hours and they said that you can get paid hourly, money got taken out of that paycheck and put into a pool. It generated money that our leaders unlawfully without the permission of the U.S. citizens, gave to people from all over the world, including people crossing the border illegally, unlawfully, committing crimes that we would go to jail for if we committed crimes. You guys got free education.
Imagine us sneaking into another
It
country.
goes on a tangent, bro.
Imagine
I
us
get your
sneaking
point.
into
I
another
get your
country.
point.
How that would be.
I could already tell how you think by just calling immigrants who cross the border like, criminals, right? Because I don't know if you're aware or not.
There's a lot of cases of it, man.
Hold up. You don't need to be aware of it, and hopefully you do your research. Going through crossing a border is a civil offense, right? So if you go and you come to the border, and most of the people that come to the border and cross the border have 365 days to claim asylum. Now that's been kind of stopped at the trajectory of Donald Trump becoming into office. You can't just
because it was unlawful.
No,
facts. What kind of stuff is that?
Again, we can argue about the legality of it. It's more of a civil offense. It's very
taking advantage.
Low civil offense, and we can
we
go
don't
into
have
the
to
debate.
argue.
If we did what y'all doing, we'd be bombed.
The other
and you know it. That's why you laughing. Come on, man.
No, because that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. So that's why I'm laughing. So the other aspect of it is that you are stating that immigrants are given cash money and being given that. You haven't stated you haven't cited any sources. You just say it out of your mouth. And the other aspect
it's called DACA.
Okay.
TAPA, all the things that you were given, there's a name for it. It is a fact. It was money that you got.
She states DACA of a legal status residence when it's already been stripped away and it's for people to work.
I'm talking about what you've been given. It doesn't erase the fact that you were given that, and you know it. The rest of us had to get student loans that we have to pay back as U.S. citizens.
You don't think a person with DACA on a legal status is required to get loans? Are you okay? DACA only makes you a legal resident so that you're able to work. You have some sort of document. It makes a person who's undocumented document so they don't get deported. Even then, they're being stripped right now from a DACA residence. That's not a good example. That's actually a piss poor example because they have to work to get legal residency.
Wanting people, because I can go and point out some stuff, but I'm tired.
No, you can't.
The fact
you
I can.
You just want to blame your entire life on immigration and immigrants.
Please don't make me start pulling up all the stuff they get.
You can't. You just want to blame your entire life on immigrants.
They act like they work so hard.
You know it. Listen, y'all.
You guys collected. You guys collected. That's not hard work.
He know it, y'all. He know it. His people know it. They be in the house talking about all what they get. He is well aware of what's going on. He just trying to play in my face.
Everyone knows how they benefit in America except for us.
That's why y'all getting deported right now because your morals are bad. Y'all need to go back to Jesus.
They know that we don't necessarily know exactly how all they benefit.
Y'all done got so far from God dealing with that Catholic religion. Y'all don't even know how to come back.
You're going to become a victim. You're going to play victim card all your life.
You harm somebody, then say they're playing victim.
She's going to deal with them. There's no victimization here.
Yeah, it is. You are a victim.
They love
No, that's what you're saying. No, that's your definition of who we are. That's your definition. That's not who we are.
ICE will
overcomers. We are overcomers. We're holding you accountable verbally by telling you all that you got. You know that your parents sat there. You didn't go to work.
Facts.
You collected money from our tax dollars. You know it. You don't want to go ask your parents and your grandparents. Go ask your abuela. Go ask them.
She probably got deported. You know what I'm saying?
More immigrants will own more property than any of you, and they'll work harder, 3 times as hard as you.
Now he's admitting that they benefit. He's admitting they benefit now. See that?
Yeah.
You get them mad, they'll tell the truth. Listen to him.
I just said they work.
He trying to clean it up now. He trying to clean it all. You said reparations is old, man.
I'm not cleaning it up.
Reparations is old, man. Okay, but
poor FBA.
But you did that to get to America. Y'all play victim to get to America.
You're just mad because we're calling you out for what you got.
Y'all play victim to get to America, though.
No, we don't.
Y'all literally plead that you have to, that you can't make it in your country. You literally plead to come over to another country.
And say,
handouts that you got, that you took, that's from poor people. That's a morality issue.
Hey, Wilder, with these ICE mass report names, who's the victim now?
Dude, hey,
Y'all
guess
trying to
what? You
wear
won't ever
French
You
own a
guys are
property
flags
not
and
you can
stuff.
have all you
victims.
want.
Hey, look,
You won't
my
be able to
daughter's a
own a $500,000
cosmetologist.
property,
Hey,
lady.
listen.
Yeah,
Hey,
good
y'all,
luck with that
listen.
shit.
You
My
guys are
daughter's a
not
cos.
victims. You
Hey,
guys are
listen.
breaking the
Try to,
law.
Hey,
hey,
You
y'all.
guys
try
are
to,
breaking the law.
yeah, try to
My
own a
daughter's a
property.
cosmetologist,
You
y'all.
don't
And
She
even
said
own
the
a
she got.
property,
the
lady.
Listen,
You
property
want to
is
talk
listen.
about
getting
Oh,
fucking
yes,
the
we
immigrants?
do,
property
honey.
stuff
And
is
you're
over with,
mad
buddy.
because we own. Yeah, you're
Hey,
mad
y'all,
because we
listen.
own. You
I'm
didn't
not.
want us to own.
I'm not
That's
mad.
Listen,
why you're
y'all.
talking.
I don't
You
want
didn't
you to own
want us to
property.
My
Are
own.
you
daughter
mentally
gets so
okay?
many Mexican clients now
That's such a
wanting
degenerate thing
braids
to
in their
say.
head.
You're
I
mad
They
don't want
want
because
I
we
don't want
braids
you
in
to
their
own
own.
head.
that.
They
We
trying to
own.
blend in so they won't get
FBA's
snatched up out
own.
here.
Facts.
I said,
Dude,
go and get that
if
money.
she
Go
says
and
that
get that
mass
money, baby.
deportations are a thing and she
Break
talks
that.
about deporting
Yeah. She
immigrants,
said they
I'm
be
gonna
having
say she
stuff in
doesn't
their
even
head.
own any property and immigrants will have
Oh,
more
we
property
do
than
own
her.
property, and
That's
you're
my
mad
fucking
because we
rebuttal.
own. You are mad because we
Yep.
own.
And y'all got.
Dude, I
I'm
don't
Yours
give a
is
Brooklyn.
shit
from
if you
Y'all
own
land
HUD.
property.
got
I know
taken.
she doesn't own property.
Yours
I
is
don't give
Y'all
a
from
got
shit
HUD.
though.
Brooklyn. Y'all land got taken.
Yeah. How's my land take? I have land right now. What are you retarded?
I bet you do
Mexican.
because you got it from the tax dollars from
That,
No,
American
I
that's
Samoa
don't.
right.
and
Deported
Hawaii.
Facts. Benefiting
That's
off our
right.
backs.
How do I get something from land if I have to purchase it? I have to own property. I pay
You're not
property taxes.
supposed to be
How
here,
am I
dude.
giving it? I earned it.
You're
Yeah,
not
you
supposed to
depended
be
on the
Y'all,
here,
free.
they
dude.
work. They the
What are you
worst
talking
workers.
about?
They so lazy and they customer service suck.
Bro, that's literally
Facts.
a stereotype of
And
black
they
Y'all
people.
suck at
customer
Are
service
you
carpentry.
suck.
okay?
They
That's
suck
literally
at
the stereotype of
carpentry.
black
Uh
people.
oh.
Y'all
They
just
They
sit out
not
of their
suck.
here.
Crown
pants, they
molding is
listen to
horrible.
music, ghetto
Uh
music. What
oh.
are you
Horrible.
talking about? That's not even
Right.
immigrants. There's no stereotype for
I wish you would
immigrants.
have had
And
my
they
daddy
can't
do it.
build
My
a
daddy
house. They
would have
could
did
barely
it.
do a roof.
Yeah, my daddy
Oh
Mm.
my
would have did
God.
it right for you, man. I'm sorry, but he talked about them Hispanics way back in the 80s.
Yeah, okay.
Yup,
That's
they
why
told us.
that's
They
why
tried
when
to warn
construction
us.
properties are built
We
and
should
they're
have started
built
the
at a
black
high
shirts
level,
back
it's
then.
because of immigrants.
We should have deported them back then. We all should have just said, you know what? Come here, dragged them by the ear, and threw them in the ice van. That's what we should have did.
I bet your stupid ass doesn't own a property. I bet.
I own
Oh,
several in
and see,
different
that's what
states.
you wanted. You
And,
didn't want us to own,
if
but
you
we
own
still
if you own properties, I
own. We
promise you immigrants
still
will own more than
own.
you, and they'll go at 10 times faster than you, work 10
Deport
times harder than you
them.
while you
We're
That's
get it.
going to
exactly
take
where
their
he
land
goes.
and
Yeah,
deport
good
them.
luck.
He want to
We're
be
going
able
to
to tease
liquidate
us
Good
their
luck.
like this. You
land.
see that?
Good luck. Good luck.
He
Yeah.
bets
We're going
that
to deport
he
them.
bets
You
the
don't have
worst
investments. You
already.
don't have
He
property. All
look.
you do
Listen
is
to
shit
him.
talk
See,
about
that's how
immigrants,
you
pay your
Listen
wanted
to
it,
him.
you and
taxes.
the Democrats. That's how you wanted it.
No, I
Sorry.
don't. I
Yeah,
don't give a shit.
sorry. We
I'm
own
calling like it
properties.
is.
Even today, and I
I'm
call it
playing the
like it
same
is.
game
We
you're
own
playing. I'm
properties.
calling
We
out your
own
bullshit.
properties.
All you want to do is cry like a little bitch,
See?
say
Oh,
play
Oh,
watch your
victim,
oh, we're
mouth.
not.
Let
I'm
him.
not
Watch your
He
crying.
get
mouth,
mad.
big
He'll
I'm not
tell the
boy.
crying.
truth.
I'm just
no,
Watch your
telling you the
mouth, big
truth.
I'm being
boy.
honest.
Watch
I'm
your
You're
being
mad
mouth.
honest.
because your DACA
There's
got
no
taken.
talking to you. There's no having a
We don't want to
conversation with
talk to
you.
you. I don't know
I
why you're
don't.
here,
I
dude,
don't.
honestly.
No, I don't. I don't either.
He's
Trust
hating
me.
on
Well, you
reparations.
can leave, dude. You
He's
can go
hating on
Thank
back to
God my
reparations,
life
man.
doesn't
Tijuana.
revolve
Reparations,
around
Wildly.
FBA
Tijuana is
Reparations.
and
right across
foundational
the
Black
border.
America. That
FBA
means it's
reparations.
meritless. It's all
FBA
meritless.
Go
reparations.
back to Chihuahua
You
or
know,
wherever you're
you know,
from.
you know when you go to the polls and you say,
Sierra Leone.
you know, when you vote for
We
a
already
Republican or
spoke. That's
Democrat
why what's happening
party,
today is
Tapitas.
foundational
happening.
Black America isn't even
We
mentioned.
already
You know
spoke.
that? They're
Tamaulipas.
not even a
Our voice
conversation.
counted.
That's how
Tamaulipas. Go
meritless
back
you
to
guys are.
Tamaulipas. We don't want to talk, bro.
Yeah, you don't need to
There's
because
nothing to talk
there's
about. There
nothing
is
that
no black
would
and
bring you to the
brown.
conversation to the
You
table.
guys are YT
Oh,
wannabes, and we don't want
yeah, it's
any parts of it,
horrible.
dude. We just don't
It's
want any parts,
horrible.
dude. Yeah, we got to send them back expeditiously. And we got to liquidate any kind of properties, any pickup trucks. We're going to
That's
liquidate
not
that
happening.
and give that back to the
They'll
community
work
as
twice as hard as
reparations.
you.
Yes,
They'll own
You
more
yes.
don't work
property than
hard,
you.
please. You
You'd
guys
like
They'll
don't
to
work
have
at
believe
all.
they'll have
that.
You
more
sell
kids than
fentanyl.
you.
You'd like to believe
They'll
that.
be a part of more communities than you.
Drogas.
You'll have to accept them, whether you
Drogas.
like it or not.
We're going
Yeah,
to
They'll
deport
take
you.
your
yeah.
wives. They'll take your
Yeah.
register. They'll integrate into the society. They'll pay. They'll start voting. They've already started voting. They'll vote however they want.
In your country, maybe. You can vote in your country.
They're already in America.
You can vote in Mexico, son.
Look at Trump. Hey, you want him to do mass deportation, dumbasses?
We haven't started yet.
He didn't. Dumbass.
We haven't started. We haven't started yet.
Dumbass.
Okay.
It's impossible.
But now you can leave. There's gonna come a time
God
you
has
can't
his
leave.
way. It'll happen.
You're dumb. You don't have
So that
enough
means
brain
that's
cells
a
to
yes.
understand mass deportation is impossible. That's
We're
why
gonna
you think that.
deport you. Watch.
Yep.
Just watch. Just watch.
FBA, we liquidating. You right. We getting
Good luck.
all that back.
We're
Hey, y'all
liquidating
see
all
when
the
the ICE
pickup
come
trucks.
get them
Good
on
luck.
the streets, they be leaving their cars out there. I be like,
Yes.
oh, I
Good
need a car. I need to
Yes.
get one of them.
We're
Get
gonna
one
take
of
that.
them. Get
It's
one
called
of them
eminent
trucks.
domain. Eminent domain, ladies.
Yeah.
Eminent domain.
In the house. Get them all out
And
one of them houses so we can
they're
go ahead and get this.
foreigners. We're gonna take it.
Yep.
We're gonna foreigners. Then we're gonna
These foreigners
deport
are
them.
more
Yeah,
We're
homeless.
gonna
oh,
deport
that's
them in a
why.
nice big, you know what?
Be a part of society, be able to vote. There's nothing you can do
Go
about
be a
it.
part of
Still
Mexican
talking.
Actually have
society.
no.
Dude.
You know what's crazy about
As soon as you
all this?
become a
You actually
citizen,
have
yes,
no real
that
power.
would be good when you
You have
become a
no
U.S.
real
citizen
power. You
with the
have
social
no real
security
power.
number, and you have to do what the rest of us have to do.
You have no real power. None. Zero.
Yes.
You have
That's
no
how
real
you
power.
want it. That's how you want it. But
I
I
don't want it
rebuke
that
that
way.
in the
You're
name
You're the
of
one
Jesus.
doing
I
that.
rebuke your
We're going to
conscience in the
deport
name of
you.
You ain't got
Jesus.
no
I don't
power.
want
Rebuke
that.
every witchcraft word that you
I don't
say.
want
May it come back upon you 7
I
times.
don't want that.
Ooh.
I don't want that.
Oh, man,
I don't
you
want
better
that
stop
to
right
happen.
now. She
But
calling.
when
We're
you
gonna
sit
conquer
here
the
and you try to
conquistadors.
hand over, like you try
Y'all
to
better, don't you got an ICE protest to
stigmatize
go to?
the minorities,
La
the
migra, la migra. Let's
immigrants,
see if he
it
runs
becomes
away.
a problem.
La migra.
That's all I
Yeah,
care
there's
about.
people
La
out there getting
migra.
snatched up, and he on
And we'll
TikTok
You can do
telling
whatever
you
you
continue
need to
want.
be out
to ask
there
for it.
with your
User
Do whatever you
weapon.
want.
148668388
There'll
will
be.
continue to ask for reparations. We'll
You can ask
demand
for
it.
whatever you want. Go pass a
Yeah, I
legislation.
know we can. I know
Instead
we
of
can
lying
because
and
I'm a
saying immigrants are
citizen.
your
I'm a
problem.
Go
citizen
back.
with rights
I'm
as
a
a U.S.
citizen too.
citizen. Thank you.
Congratulations. You want to go?
You will never be a
Thank you.
We
citizen.
American.
You're an invader.
Thank you.
I'm an invader.
You're an
I'm a citizen
invader.
who's invading.
You're an
Got to go.
invader, son. You're an
You
invader.
got to go, Wild.
You
Oh
will
my
never be
God.
American.
Oh
Never.
my God.
You are a
Thankfully,
foreign
Buckets.
It's
national.
only a
I fit
matter
with
of
you.
time.
Thankfully, I don't fit
You're a
that criteria with you
foreign
because I'm
national,
an
dude.
American who's a citizen. By the way,
You're a
thank you
foreign
very much.
national, dude.
And there'll
You
be
have a
more of
Mexican
us
flag in
in
your
the
house.
upcoming
I
years,
guarantee
and there's
you.
nothing you can do about
I
it.
guarantee. Yes,
Nor
there
can you
is.
say anything about it because
Watch. We're gonna get
FBA
you guys
has
out
no
of
real
here so
power
fast.
in America. They're
I
just
See,
can't
that's
listen.
how
nothing.
you wanted it, but we
And
rebuke
we're
that
don't want it
comment
that
in the
way.
name of Jesus
I
back
don't want
upon
it
you
that
and
way.
your people
I
7
don't want it
times.
that way. I don't want it that
Every
way.
Oh,
form
But
of
I
witchcraft that
do
you speak
want to
out,
make
I'm going to
sure that
rebuke it in the
immigrants
name
are
of
not
Jesus.
exactly. You
excuse
don't
for you
understand that.
to try and
We
harm
got
them.
so much power. We didn't have to do nothing. God sent somebody else to get rid of
No.
y'all for us.
I don't want
Uh-oh.
immigrants to be
Uh-oh.
your
That's how much
excuse.
power
I
we
don't want
got.
immigrants to be a problem for you because you feel like you can't do anything because immigrants are in the way. That's a lie.
We're
A damn
deporting
lie.
them,
You
dude.
know
We
how
don't
you
want
guys
them
getting
coming.
away by like how you guys get in the situation, the conversation of reparations and speak against it, man. That's how you guys getting away. Other than
I never
that,
said I'm
nobody's
against
worried
reparations.
about you.
I'm not against reparations. You don't even pass
We don't want to
legislations to
have a
support
You
conversation,
guys,
bro. We want to
you guys
deport you.
ain't stopping nothing, boo boo. You're not stopping nothing.
I don't care about
Okay?
stopping anything.
We just saying you're in
Real
the way.
legislative for
You
reparations
ain't,
has
your
never been
work is
passed. So
crappy.
who's stopping themselves? Who's stopping them?
No,
Like
your
immigrants
work
are
is
even stopping
crappy.
you.
These
You're
houses
not
and
supposed to
buildings,
be here.
we don't want that crappy work no more.
Dude, we don't care. You don't want it.
We
Someone will.
know, and that's why we don't want it.
You're like 0.2% of speakers
Don't
because
We
someone
everybody
wants
just
to
say
want to
work.
that.
deport them, dude. We don't want
There's
any
someone
violence.
wants to
We just
work.
want you back in your country, dude. That's all, dude. We want you
Amen.
to
Dude,
leave.
good luck
Your
with that.
presence is
Amen,
offensive.
Ron.
Good
Your
luck. It's not
presence is
happening.
offensive, okay?
Hey, it doesn't matter.
It does matter. We're Americans, you're not.
Immigrants are good on one thing. Hey, guess what? They
Invading.
take trolls like you and laugh at your
Yeah.
face and work 3 times as hard while you play
Yeah,
victim.
They're good at
that's what you've
invading.
been doing. Every
While
time we
you play
walk by,
victim,
you guys
why you
laugh
sit there
like
and say
hyenas.
it's
It
the
doesn't
immigrant
make
who's the
any
problem,
sense.
they isolate you and just put their hoodie up and laugh because you know we don't take you
That's
fucking
okay, Royal.
serious
They
when you're
get
sitting there trying to
deported.
point the finger at someone.
You
They
can
just
leave,
stopping
dude.
Instead
the
of fixing the
family
problem,
and
You
get
you're
can
sitting there
leave,
deported.
pointing the
dude.
fucking
Fix the
finger.
problem with Mexico, dude.
I'm gonna go.
No,
What?
that's not even.
Do you know
That's not
who's
even
selling
nation.
our avocados right now? The
Oh
cartel
my
is
god.
selling avocados, bro.
Listen, hold on,
Now you're
Okay,
being
please.
I don't
now
know
you're
your name, sir.
distraction.
But no, I don't know your name, sir. But I just wanted you to know that you have a point that the black community is not a very cared about voice, but it's still the lowest. Just because the scream isn't very loud does not mean the suffering is any less important. That's what we're trying to get you to understand. We're not blaming you. I need you because I feel like you are internalizing instead of just having an informational conversation. You just brought all emotion, and so
What?
because you're emotional, there's no room for
I'm
any
emotional.
exchange of information because you at a 10, and so you going off, you cussing, you're doing all this, and I want you to just.
I'm just responding. Bro, I've been sitting here and been told that mass deportation is good. Get rid of immigrants, and immigrants are a problem. Like, you're not gonna sit here and like gaslight me to hear not hear what I heard. I've heard it.
Once hatred is put out into the atmosphere, it can reproduce of itself. So it's important that we all are conscious of the words that we speak, because we have opportunity to kind of extend something to this young man. I'm sorry, I'm gonna call you young man not to be faithful, because I'm just, all I know is your name. I don't know you. It's okay for you to tell me your name. I'll call you by your name. But I just want you to understand that we don't hate you. We hate injustice, and there's a hatred against the Black community because we simply are trying to speak out and be vocal, and nobody cares. But that don't mean that we stop speaking about it. I want you to understand that somebody dies when people stop mentioning them. As long as people keep mentioning you, you're not really gone. And so we have to continue to speak out for the ancestors that didn't have the voice because they were lynched, or they were hung, or they were fed to dogs or alligators, or because the generational curses run deep.
You're losing me, bro.
In the Black community.
You're losing me.
The truth is losing me.
Yo, this bean has no respect. I'm not coming with you tonight. Get out.
Get a chance to be on this platform and speak up. And it's not an attack against you, but when you say hateful things against an oppressed community, you will beget hatred, more hatred. And I just want you to keep that in mind, because the sensitivity level has to come up when you're talking about certain things, such as systemic oppression. You can't expect a happy interaction from an oppressed and hated community. That's not logical. Now, yes, there are some people in the Black community that have enough maturity to put the hatred we've experienced and the oppression we've experienced into lock it up in its appropriate place to be able to engage in dialogue with you. But don't expect the Black community to be happy-go-lucky like you are, because you know a different America than we know. And that's we're trying to there's a puzzle here. You have a piece of the puzzle, but you have to let the Black community bring their piece, because America is not made up of one piece of the puzzle in one experience. Every piece of the puzzle matters. Every single race matters, but the Black community has been shown time and time again that everybody else is okay as long as we are the ones that are not okay. And that's what we have an issue with. That's where our hate comes from. It's not about you, the person. We don't know you. But when you say hateful things to a hurt community, don't be surprised when they rise up against you, because that's the most ingenuine and selfish and disingenuous thing that you can possibly do is try to gaslight a community that is been exposed. The news just was exposed. $10 million were donated to the KKK. This last month. It was present everywhere. You need to look into this. Racism hasn't all of a sudden gone away. Black people aren't just making stuff up and crazy. The Southern Poverty Act, which was designed to fight against those racist systems, funded them secretly, and it was just exposed now.
Why did they fund them? Why did they fund them? You're not being transparent. Why did they fund them?
But see, that's what I'm talking about.
You're not being transparent.
Deport him from the conversation.
He wants to only provide half information to put his narrative out there.
Does it matter why the fuck they
He goes on a 10-minute tangent, provides only half information so that you can conclude on his narrative only on your narrative. You're not slick.
Deport him, dude.
You're not slick.
You're
not slick, my guy.
Deport him, dude.
You're not slick.
We can educate ignorance, but we cannot change hatred.
You're not slick, my guy.
And I
not
pray
slick.
love
Deport him, dude. He
has love to share
you
because he hasn't experienced real love. He doesn't know God when he can say that. He doesn't know God. There's no way you can listen to a cry out.
There is no way.
And have no empathy, no sympathy whatsoever.
When you start
your heart and know God, I know
separation point of view, you lose people.
That's what I told him. I said they done fool around.
I don't
They
want
been
nothing
fooling
bad for
around with
him. I
that
don't want nothing
Catholic
bad for
I
him
religion
don't.
either.
so long.
But I do feel like
I don't
he's
feel
not
any type of way
useful to the
about
black
you
community, and
immigrants,
it's
but
okay for us
immigrants
to
are a
acknowledge
problem,
when
and
somebody
I'm gonna say I'm a
is an
victim
ally
for
and
the
is
next
not
10 minutes.
capable of
Come on, bro.
helping and serving. He's not capable of helping and serving because he don't see an issue with anything. That's the reality. And
No,
so
he's
he
not
didn't get on here
capable.
to learn anything. He got on here to make it point to make his
Yeah,
point across. But he didn't come on here to learn
that's
anything
why he getting
from
disrespected
the community. So he's not somebody that I can
because he
talk to
not
right
showing
now.
respect.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was beautiful what he said because I feel the same way. All those people in our family that passed away, and that was our family, that were unalive, buried in unmarked graves, all the atrocities, and they didn't get to before they got to vote. All that we got to do it for them. We talk, our
Definitely.
family,
Definitely.
what they believed in. That's in my blood.
Yeah.
It's like it's abomination to forget.
Yeah. Yeah. The truth hurts them. The truth hurts them. And it's all good. Um, but yeah. And it just go to show for those that did come through like that, they prove the point that everyone is hating on FBA and our reparations while making light of what YTs did. Because everyone that's come up here, that's basically what they proved. Let me see who this is. Buckets. He's here probably. Let's see what you're talking about, Buckets. You're here to hate on FBA reparations while making light of what your offspring did.
That to me?
Yeah.
What my offspring did? I think you got that reversed. I would be the offspring.
Well, whatever. Yeah. What your goal,
At least you know who you are.
your dream people.
No, well, what'd you call me the other night? Since I'm not a part of that group, but I want to be, like you said.
Oh yeah. That was the dream. You guys, wanted to be accepted. Anyway, Irish people wanted to be accepted into whiteness. YTness.
I mean, if you don't
But
have to go against the current, why do it? Like that should only be like
so so
when needed.
so basically, they'll never have our heart. They'll never have FBA heart. What he's saying, if you don't have to go against your enemy, well, not your enemy, but the
Wait a
people,
minute.
your oppressor, why go against them? If you could join
And
forces,
he's from Ireland.
if
He's from Ireland.
if you could join forces with
Oh
your
my
oppressor,
goodness.
why go against them? Is what he said. If you can't beat them, join them. Is what he said.
No.
Yeah, that's what he basically. That's what you.
No.
Yeah, and
That what y'all did?
that's why that song K Dot by K Dot, they not like us. It'll always hold
Wait,
weight.
well, I
That
don't
song is getting
understand
now,
one
boy.
thing. Hold on. So I would like to ask one thing. Like, so would you guys say that majority of black people are stronger than majority of white people?
Of course, without a shadow of a doubt.
So that means even today and back then.
But you
Stronger how? Like, what do you mean?
Physically.
I mean,
That's usually
depends
what
on the
it takes.
person. Probably. I mean, in most cases. But
I mean, that's a silly conversation when you're sitting here saying that you, as an Irishman, you don't have to fill out that you are a Black American, or we don't even have the sign FBA, but you can hide in the woodwork by just going and saying that you are a white American. So does that make you more stronger that you have to hide when we as Black Americans do not hide? We're standing out to who we are. So how are you asking who's stronger?
I mean, really, but race. I mean, hold on. So, but really, race is only a social construct. I mean, I look at us, all of us, as a human race. Yes, there is divide. Yes, there is hate in people. Yes, there is messed up things that go on this earth. I do agree with that. But if we think that we're gonna change a corrupt system or make them feel like they have to change, that's not gonna work. Like, these people are digging their feet and their nails into this position. Like,
Yeah,
you have
nobody's
to
doing that, sir.
force. You have to
Nobody's
force.
doing that. We're doing what God told us to do. Stand up against unrighteousness and injustice.
Okay. So I mean, that's a forever fight. You know that, right? I mean,
And it can be forever if that's what it takes. But I mean, it's
but you're not gonna change it.
It ain't never stopped though. It's not like we know what it feel like for it to stop. It ain't never stopped.
I know, but I'm saying, like, you guys are never gonna stop it. I'm just saying, like,
at least you know that that's your stance. That's your stance. It will stop when Americans come together. When Americans come together and acknowledge the behavior that has gone on in this country over 400 years against us or more. When we all acknowledge it and we work together and we put a stop to it and stop giving money to people from other countries like Ireland and people from all over the world, except and start giving to people within the United States and taking care of the United States, we will become a stronger nation. But they want to keep us divided. And this is a part of it, by denying our reparations that we are owed. They didn't have to give to those people, immigrants in these last 20, 30 years. They didn't have to give. They could have given us our reparations and we could have started building our country and becoming stronger. But instead, they gave to people from other parts of the world across the border, which is treason, in my opinion, to our country.
Wait, hold on, you said building our country. You mean America?
Our men that served in the military
You
and
heard
won
me.
the war for our
I said our country, the United States. Why are you saying that? Why are you questioning that?
Oh, okay. So you're speaking from an American perspective. Okay.
You know that I'm speaking as a U.S. citizen. What are you talking about? Where did you go? Put me back into the position that I am. I am a U.S. citizen. I'm a foundational Black American who's historically been here, whose family dates back before this country started, who, because of mixing, I have a relative who signed the Declaration of Independence under Witherspoon. Why don't you why can't you accept that I'm an American citizen? Who do you think you are?
No, I didn't say that you was. I wasn't implying that you wasn't. I'm just asking because I didn't know if you was coming from like your people stance or an American stance or what. That's why I asked.
Well, what if I'm a U.S. citizen? Where else would I come from in my stance? I'm standing on U.S. soil.
I mean, some Black
people
people
fought two countries for this war, two wars for this country. Why are you asking me where my feet are planted in this conversation?
No.
Right. Hey, Royalty, the whites can't even fuck with us here because we have white descendants that date back usually to royalty and shit. Like you said, yep, I got a Viscount and a couple of knights in my.
Okay. Yes. So why, Mr. Bob, were you asking me about my stance?
I was just because. Hold on. Are you Black? Are you white?
I'm a foundational Black American.
Okay, yeah. So it sounds like you're Black. So that's why I didn't know if you were speaking.
And a U.S. citizen.
Oh,
I'm surprised at him.
Non-immigrant, buddy.
Oh my Lord.
Now y'all know they the niggas of the Europeans. Them people been treating y'all like Black people since y'all been briefing. That's crazy that you don't understand the struggle. You so out of touch with Joe. Where you been?
No, but we don't. Yeah, but we don't make a big. No, Orange County. What?
Why
I'm in Florida. I'm in Florida.
Because you need to read your history. You probably won't be so quick to jump up and speak for them.
But I do see. But there's also injustices on both sides. So that's what I speak for. I speak for truth before I choose any side.
Where? What?
So that's how I operate.
Where is the injustice on our side? Please tell me. Tell us.
Come on, man. So hold on. Do y'all do no wrong? Like, is that what you're telling me? Do you guys do no wrong? Is that what you're trying to tell me here?
Where's the injustice that Black Americans has done towards any nation in history? Go ahead. We're not African. Don't group us with the Africans now. We're talking about Black Americans. Go ahead. You got the floor.
That's your people, though, right? The dark skinned people.
You can't tell us. So stop saying that we do injustice to people. That's a lie.
So hold on. Do you guys do any wrong? That's what I'm asking.
Everybody's saying, man. I'm talking about a nation. We're not a racist nation. No.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
You know what? Somebody else.
Basically, the product that YT people have created through us, they're blaming that on why we, that's what they're holding against us when it comes to reparations. I feel like too. It's just said, oh, you got this BLK person did this BLK person did that. Well, how did they get in that position? You see, we got to still go back to that too. The root of the cause of why they may have felt they needed to, do a jack or whatever you want to call it. What created poverty? You know what I'm saying? All that type of stuff. You have to go back to that, and that's one of the biggest things, one of the biggest problems, actually. That's why reparations is needed.
Oh, you can add up all the crimes Black people have done in the last 10 years. It's still, or 20 years, or whenever. It still don't amount to the amount of sacrifice.
That's facts.
Blood, sweat, and tears, and inventions that every time you use the toilet, refrigerator, air conditioner, GPS, we have done all, we have given to this country and to mankind.
Yeah.
You can't even get nobody to.
I feel like that's what people throw in our face. I feel like that's what people are throwing in our face. They'll keep throwing that in our face. Oh, you guys rioted. Yeah, it was a reason behind it. You see, that's why they always throw up the stuff that created a response from us, basically, to say,
that's how we are. We're very aggressive with whatever we do. So if you don't want the riot, give us the toilet back.
Well, hold on. So, but it also goes back to, like, you also have to have logic in your reactions as well, though. Like, if something goes on and you burn and loot your own city, that kind of makes a big statement. Not in a good way either.
So, dude, you remember it, don't you?
Facts.
It only means that you're being destructive overall.
Well, you have to be careful when you say
work. And that was light work. We didn't tear down a whole town like y'all do. We didn't go and eliminate a whole town, unalive people, women, and children, and then bury it on a lake like y'all do. We just did a little rioting. So shut up.
No.
And we're not, and you have to remember, we're all individuals. You can't just say, you people, you did this, you did that. We're all individuals, just like you are an individual from other, as a Irish American, you're an individual from the Russian American or other Americans that have whiter skin tones. So you have to be careful about just trying to generalize with your statements. We're all individuals. And I know that's hard for you guys to accept, but we are all individuals.
That's not what the stance is on
riot, but we ain't never buried a town under a lake. We ain't never did no stuff like that. We don't hang people. We don't strange fruit people. We don't do stuff like that. You feel me? But we are human and we have frustration. So what you want us to do? Just sit there and keep taking your shit? You lucky we don't come over there and get you. Because we moral people. We got a God. We got to answer to. But don't be fooled now, okay? You sitting up here acting ignorant like you don't know what's going on.
God is not mocked. As a matter of fact,
in day-to-day life, like, where y'all getting this from, bro? Like, you guys act like we come over and like just constantly fucking with y'all. Like, when do y'all ever see white people? There's some, don't get me wrong.
But,
it's very few. Like,
that's not true, because
it's white versus
that's not
black.
True. Nigga, you got your
that's not true.
Now fucking with us, not understanding. We haven't explained all this to you like you ain't seen it in real life, in movies and books and every goddamn thing else.
Hell, he participates.
This bothers
movies and books are just fiction.
We would like for you to come on here and be truthful.
Yeah, I'm trying to be, but I also like I need honesty back. Like,
This guy, I swear to God. Stop drinking, man.
why are you swearing to God? You just said you got morals, and now you swearing to God over a little conversation. What?
Well, let's just give you an example. The Bible talks about clearly about the Bible says if you don't work, you don't eat. And that's God's will that we be able to work and survive and support ourselves. And our country, the behavior that we've experienced from certain people, maybe making up from immigrants coming into our country from years ago, but the way that we've been treated is denied work. And if you purposely get in our way and deny us work, you have to expect that karma is going to come. You're out of God's will, and He's going to deal with it.
That's
And so
facts.
that's what
That is facts. You see
We
it.
was denied work too. Like what? Like
for over 400 years you were. That's not true.
it doesn't matter. Why does it matter who was denied work the longest?
Oh my goodness.
And really, like all you have to do is learn to work the land to be able to live.
Oh my goodness.
You can use everything inside of the earth to be able to. Never mind.
No, you're not making sense. I'm sorry. You're not.
I don't. So yeah, when you was talking about generalizing, right? So if you look at the prompt, it says everyone is hating on FBA and our reparations while making light of what whites did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, people
So-
holding spaces on here doing that stuff. I'm like, there's these women they had to get on these other people who are holding the space, just like coddling the stuff that YTs have done. Come on.
I mean, to be fair, like if we look at it like this, like if we look at any other country that y'all's people are in, like if we look at the system that's being ran there and how good they're doing overall as people, it does kind of heavily say something. I mean, on both sides, to be honest, like to be fair, like we may have, you know, the slavery part and colonizing on our part with some of our people.
You're basically
also-
playing your position, dude. You're like always, you know, you're not even really the Anglo. Let me see. Jones, what do you think about it? Yeah, but I'm just saying, Buckets, you're not the Anglo, dude. You're just playing your position, which is bad enough. Like, I don't, dude. Come on. It's like talking to an Italian or something. I mean, I'm just saying, like, I was like, okay, yeah. But you're not really the main source. You're just a foot soldier, basically. You're just a foot soldier for the Anglos. No, I'm just saying that's what you really are. So that's why I was like, okay, yeah, buddy.
Foot soldier for the.
I'm just saying that's what you really are, dude.
Nah. I support the system, but it can be abused.
Yeah.
So if you take the corruption out of the system, it is a good system. But since man, like so much corruption is in it, it's hard to see that. And I can understand y'all's point too. So I mean, it's not that I disagree with y'all, but there's a lot more to it than that, than what happened to y'all. I understand it's really bad. I don't wish that on nobody, but
yeah. Well, the truth is out. And the people that's hating on FBA and the reparations and making light of what white, with your what YTs have done, need to be called out.
Hold on. So was all black people slaves back then?
Wait, what do you mean?
Like back in the slavery days, like was every black person enslaved, or was some free, or
Well, I
just
mean,
some
what? Yeah,
slaves?
dude. Of course, some blacks were free. Okay.
But did they get free? Were they always free? Like, I haven't really looked into it that much. I
Well,
mean, that far.
well, yeah, you do have some that weren't enslaved. Yeah.
Okay, so it would only be certain people who are getting reparations, though, right?
That's the whole point.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but anyway, but yeah. So to answer your question, yes, sir.
Okay.
But it's a shame that we can have people who go against the grain. But
Yes, I mean, but to be fair, like, I examine things before I just say, yeah, they deserve reparations. I'm gonna take maybe not as much time as I should, but
well, dude,
I,
FBA, dude. Well, Black Americans, we're a certain group. FBA Black Americans, we are a certain group, dude. And that's the thing about it that we had that we now realize that we really are. Like our history is unlike any others when it comes to this country. Like we are tied to this bad boy. Like literally, like we were tied to this bad boy. They tied us in all kind of ways in this country and brought us to our deaths, or to our unalivings. I mean, our blood, it's all over this country in a bad way, in beneficial ways and not so good ways. It's the cold thing about it, man. Like I say, it's not we didn't. As I say, it's different versus a group who looks at this country and smiles and say, "Oh, I dream of being there," versus the people who's sitting up here cooking or building the house. I did the analogy the other night ago. We basically built this house. You know what I'm saying? Called the United States. And everybody wants to come inside this house and live in this big, beautiful house that's been built. Yeah, Ireland people, yeah, you guys were paid to build the house versus those black people over there, BLK people over there who were beat and stuff like that and not paid. So you worked alongside at a point you worked alongside those people over there who weren't being paid and they were being tortured at the same time. Their purpose of everything for this house really was way more than you just helping build and getting funds for it. You know what I'm saying? And so this beautiful house is built and everybody wants to live in it now. Everybody wants to be in this house. But the people who built it, it was just like, whew, it's just some, I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Versus somebody who's seeing something, like say if we build a big store in your area, everybody's going to want to come to it once it's done. But the people who built it, they're going to look at it a little bit different. Can you understand that though? If that makes sense.
yeah, I can understand.
The people who built that house are going to look at it a little bit differently versus the people who are like, oh, I want to be there. I want to go in there. I want to, just all the dreams in the world. You know what I'm saying? But the people who built it look at it a little bit differently. Like, sheesh, man, it ain't been easy. It's been hard. The people who just got here, what are you talking about? Look at this place. This is beautiful. Yeah, I know it's beautiful. But man, do you know what we went through? This place is, oh my God, this is all you guys are telling us is just how beautiful the place is. And we're telling you, I know it's beautiful, man, but it wasn't easy. It ain't been easy. And do you know what, at the same time? We're not able to benefit as much off of this house that we built. You're like, what are you talking about? I'm doing this. I'm doing that. Huh? No, man, this house is great. What are you doing? You're like, nah, I'm telling you, man, them people who took over this house or who's fighting us over this house and all, who we built this, house, who got us to build this house and all that type of stuff or whatever you want to say. But then we already been some people. We already been here too, but at the same time, when this house was built, when we all came together to build this house, they make sure that those certain people don't get the chance to use certain things that this house has to offer. There's certain rooms that this house have that the people who built it aren't able to even see once it was decorated. And actually, we decorated, but we haven't got the chance to just sit in the chairs and see what we haven't been in those rooms since they were built actually. And like I say, and we're telling people like, nah, man, yeah, we built this thing, but and we know all the ins and outs. We know what exists here, but we have an opposition, people who look at us as opposition against us, who do what they can to make sure. And now they've added more people to come live into this house to try to, I guess you could say, go against us too. You know what I'm saying? And so, and so that's just kind of like what's going on here, man. This house has been built. We built it, and we're not benefiting off of this house like everyone else is. We got to be honest. I don't buy into this thing of. I'll be honest. I don't necessarily buy into this thing. Oh, black people, we got money, because there are some that do. But I'm the average black American, and I don't have a bunch of money. Yeah, I do what I got to do to survive, but I don't have all this stuff. And I'm not saying that, like say, and I'll be honest, I don't.
So, do you have the chance to do it, like to go for that though? You could be an architect, you could be an engineer, you could be a doctor. Do you? I mean, would you say that you have the opportunity if you wanted to?
I mean, I could, I could go in debt, and try to go for all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I got the opportunity to go in debt,
I
but
mean, well, they got grants and stuff like that, so it's not everything's not a loan.
I
To get
mean,
into to be a doctor, I would say, yeah, probably a loan for that. But
Well, I
yeah.
can say I know that y'all were
And every
talking.
YT person isn't a doctor. Because I'll just say this real quick, and
yeah,
I'll let you have the floor real quick. Hold on, to the lady that was just about to speak. I'll let you have the floor real quick. But when black Americans who do get money end up moving next to, well, into the good neighborhoods, they end up moving right beside regular YT people. A big celebrity, rich person has to, when they're saying, "Oh, I'm moving to a nice area," all they're doing is moving to around other regular YTs. There's some black BLKs, but I'm telling you, for the most part, you know,
but that's the idea, though, right? I mean, when I
what I'm
was
trying to
growing
say
up, I
is, you
heard of
guys are regular already there. We really have to bust our butt to get there to where you guys, you know, are
it
already
costs
at.
more. It costs more work to maintain that
I'm
than it
sure,
does.
and you got off the slave money that you guys get, and all the money off your and
Bro,
all that stuff
we
off the
gotta.
land that YTs get.
Man.
Yeah, you guys are able. Your money is rolling, so you know what it takes to oil this machine, and you're basically telling me that, hey, your little money isn't going to maintain it. That's what you guys are telling black people in a lot of cases that we don't understand. I don't know if we understand it, but I understand what you're telling us in a lot of cases, that hey, you don't have the money to maintain what you want, or even what you have. I
That's
see it,
window shopping.
huh?
That's window shopping.
That's not. Yeah, no. I'm just saying, man. You guys let us know all the time that our accessibility isn't equal to yours, and you don't want it to be. That's why a lot of you are against reparations.
Hold on. So, do you think when we go for the same positions, like the things that I just gave you an example of, if we both went for those same positions, do you think we get accepted all the time? Like when it's like two white people, or like white person and a Spanish person and a black person going in for the interview, who you think is it then?
Well, I mean,
Most likely.
I'll just see. Well, in a lot of cases, it depends.
So
If
I
you
see
who
the
knows
skill
who
level.
knows who. So if
I see. My bad. Go ahead.
no, I was going to say in a lot of cases it depends on who knows who. I mean, but then I mean, I don't know. I really don't know.
To
But in
me,
some
yeah.
cases, you know, I let me see. I would think the YT,
But it has to come
because
down to
other
skill
YT
level.
people will be glad that the other that YT person is applying.
So
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 I
let
don't think you know. I don't think um, nobody would be able to stand in his way. Is what I'm trying to say. Unless
yeah, but
somebody
if that
doesn't like
was
him. Unless somebody doesn't like him. That already knows him or his family. That's the only way.
yeah,
That's
but that
you know
it just makes no sense. Like
already West
like
Coast.
when you look into it, because I mean, obviously we have black electricians, we got black uh, technicians, people who work on computers, doctors, lawyers. So we have them people. We have black people in them positions. So I mean,
Okay.
unless like the only way
And
that
that's
could
the
be
thing about
valid
it.
is if other black people hired them.
Wait, say that again.
So the only valid way would be for like it's pretty much like another black person would have to hire them in. You know, if it's most likely the white person doing the hiring and getting hired, you would have
It,
no
dep
black
it
people
Now it
in
depends
any of
because
those
see
spots.
when you talk about stuff like this though, sometimes things can go off of who you know. Let's be honest.
I mean, really, to me, it's
When it
more
comes
of
to
the skill level. Like, depends on what the
it,
job is
it
for.
could be that but if it's something that you can learn and be taught along the way, I've seen situations where people bring you on anyway, and have the people who know it or just bring the person in and show them the ropes. And there was a YT person. Yeah, I'm telling you. So
No, bro,
no,
because
yeah, he no
I've
degree, none of that stuff. Brought in and just shown the ropes.
I think it's more like whoever takes more honor in what like in their work. Now, don't get me wrong, we got corporations and they don't really care about their workers and stuff like that. But from a company stance, you still look for your employees to be professional, you know, to honor their work, and that gives people a good product to buy. So it's a whole system that you got to realize to be able to make this company work. So I mean,
Well, yeah, I mean, if in most cases, if people already have a oiled machine running, they're not gonna, you know,
if
do
somebody's
anything to
willing to
mess that
learn,
up. In a lot of cases, but at the same time, um, I just do feel like sometimes people, like I said, when it comes to jobs, people will just do with what's convenient in some cases. And if it's a situation where I can bring somebody who I know on, and the people there could just teach them the ropes, they'll do it. Yeah, but
I mean, most jobs, yeah, but not
not
the
most jobs. Some jobs.
I mean, that's pretty much how people. I mean, and most companies don't even have like a good training process anymore. To be honest, they'll train you a little bit and then just kind of throw you in there with, you know.
I guess the way I see it, what better experience than hands on.
Yeah.
That's the way I feel about it, though. What better? Because you could tell me this, you could tell me that. I could read these books, I could read those books, and and it really won't. I'll be you really scare me because I'm waiting on the real thing to happen, and when it finally happens, the stuff that I did read, I start seeing where it applied. Once I am hands on, I'm okay. Well, I did read upon that. Okay, so this, but like I say, and then everybody does things differently. So, but anyway.
Yeah, people do learn different ways.
Yeah, and everybody, puts out information different ways. So,
yeah.
But for the most part, people are still hating on FBA and our reparations while making light of what YG have done, man. And
man, I would like to go back. Nah, I mean,
you got a person on here that I don't know. Do you look at other people TikToks like as far as like just the regular videos, or do you just look at more of the live streams, or what do you do?
I mean, some like if I take enough notice in what people talk about,
Yeah,
then I'll check the page out in a few videos.
yeah.
But mostly I just talk on lives.
No, just scrolling through, I've seen people, who hating on us, man. They hating on the FBA, man.
Yeah, bro, but I mean, to be honest, like most of our social media and what the news and shit puts out, bro, you can tell it's a fucking like a divide on purpose. Like, cause they only put out like the bad shit. They don't never report on barely anything, good that's going on. Although both should be reported, but it's like the main focus is, and I can tell how it affects people in general. Makes people more edgy, quicker to anger and frustration, stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, man. The YTs, man. You guys be on here tweaking, man.
No, that's what I'm trying to say, man. And I hate to see it too, because like a lot of black people think it's just a white people, like it's a white people thing, but it's really not. Although, and I'm pretty sure that it happens on both sides, because when you look at crime rates and what we do, at least white versus black, we're in the same categories of pretty much every crime. You can look at unaliving people unjustly. There might be certain like worse ways or whatever, but it's still smarter. Smarter is pretty much wrong in every case. So
Yeah, I said, man, buckets. Oh, buckets. But yeah. Yeah, it had to be said though. It had to be said, man. Had to be put out there. Already. Big salutes. Appreciate you stopping through. You did. Yeah. But yeah, tap in if y'all haven't. Hit me with the follow. I'm gonna be coming back with some more fire topics.